Hey guys, welcome back to the Velocity Detailing YouTube channel, or for first timers, this is our channel where we document our detailing work as we are professional mobile detailers. Today was a Ford Focus we did. We were cleaning it up and getting it deep cleaned for a client, getting it prepped and ready for sale. As you can see on this car, there is a lot of staining. Apparently the car sat for a while. The back seats are heavily stained, so they will need a lot of pre-treatment, agitation, and hot water extraction to get them looking better and clean. The carpets had a lot of dirt, debris, and a lot of excess pet hair, so that took a lot of time to get cleaned up and looking better. All the cup holders, center console, dash, all covered in a layer of dust and dirt, but nothing we couldn't handle. As you can see, the cubbies had a lot of spill marks, pretty normal stuff that we see quite often. And here we'll take a quick peek at the exterior of the car just before we get a good wash on it. As you can see, it needs a good thorough wash. Probably could even use a full paint correction, compound, polish. But on this one, since she's just getting it ready for sale, we just provided a full exterior wash and wax. We did go ahead and clay the paint as well, just to kind of smooth it out for the new buyer. As you can see here, the wheels actually cleaned up pretty good. We were worried there might be some pitting from how long they've been sitting without a wash, but they actually did clean up better than we expected. And like we said earlier, we did go ahead and throw an engine bay detail for this client just to help get it prepped and ready for sale. We did spray down the entire engine bay with a good APC to help lift and help us spray off some of the dirt and clean it later. You do want to be mindful if there is any exposed alternators to cover those up with the bag or anything. You don't want to get those extra wet. But just being careful with the water and what you're spraying, and you can engine bay detail, no problem. We've never had any issues before. After we are actually done cleaning it and rinsing it off, we do blow it out with a blower just to help blow out any extra moisture, and it will even run the car just to help evaporate any extra moisture that might be in that engine bay as well. We're rinsing off the car, we like to look at the jams. On this hatch jam, there's a lot of caked up dirt since it hasn't been cleaned in a while, so we did go ahead and prep it with our APC, go over it with the detail brush to clean the dirt and dislodge it and get it ready for pressure washing, and then we'll simply pressure wash it clean and then dry it later with a towel. It all comes down to what kind of car and how dirty the jams are, depending on what kind of methods you need to clean them. On this one, it needed everything, but sometimes it only needs a simple pressure washing, or others you can get away with a quick spray wax and wipe down with a towel. So it just depends on what you're dealing with and how you need to clean it. On this one, it definitely needed a good thorough cleaning. We did this on all the hatch jam as well as on the door jams. Now that we had the car all rinsed off, we had the jams all clean, we go ahead and hit it with our foam cannon. Of course, you can hand wash your car if you want with just soap in a bucket, but the foam cannon definitely makes things easier. It gets you a thick layer of foam, and then you can go over it with a hand wash. Now, one thing important with hand washing the vehicle, you always want to make sure you're not really using circular motions, more back and forth, up and down, or left to right, as you can see here. And we do start top to bottom, as the top of your car usually is the least dirty, whereas the bottom is usually the dirtiest. So you want to make sure between dunking your mitt into the wash bucket that has the grit guard, you're not bringing excess dirt and contaminants back into the paint. We want to reduce our chances of swirl marks as best as possible. When we start with our interior detail, the first thing we like to do is a good thorough vacuuming of the entire car. For us, that lets us help remove all the large dirt and debris, get a good idea of what the condition is of the interior, and it helps us go ahead and then we can treat stains, carpet stains, plastic, and any other dirt that might get dislodged later. We just go ahead and do it with a touch-up vacuum. With this vehicle in particular, because it hadn't been detailed in so long, there was a lot of pet hair that was just ground into the carpet. The carpet was actually pretty decent quality, but because it had been so long since it's been vacuumed, it really took a lot of effort to get that carpet looking better and clean, and we got a lot of the dog hair out of it. After vacuum was complete, we went ahead and started on the seats. We did go ahead and pre-treat all the seats with our seat upholstery deep clean, which we let sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then we hit it with our drill brush. We actually did put our smaller head on the drill brush on this one, so we could get some really intense agitation on these stains because they were thoroughly set in, had not been cleaned a while, and we wanted to make sure we could penetrate and loosen up that dirt as much as possible before the extraction step. After pre-treating and prep, then we go ahead and start with the extraction step, since we already loosened up the dirt and pre-treated the stains. And you can see there's a lot of dirt in these seats, a lot of dirt and filth. Luckily, the extractor is great at pulling that out. We do use a solution in the extractor instead of just water. It helps get even deeper cleaning into these seats, as well as this is a hot water extractor, so that's why you can see a lot of steam. It actually was pretty cold that day. I think it was about 35, 37 degrees out while we were cleaning this car. So there's a ton of steam that's coming off this thing from the hot water, but it is pulling so much dirt out of these seats. It's so satisfying to watch. That's why we love having the clear upholstery head on our extractor. Not only does it do a better job cleaning upholstery, but allows us to see how much dirt is left in these seats, so we know how long we need to clean them. And here we get to the back seats. They were definitely the worst out of the entire car. There were so many dirty stains back here. I haven't seen seats this bad in a while, but you can see all that dirt and filth and grime coming out of those seats into the extractor. Rarely do we actually see this much dirt come out of the seats into the extractor. So odds are these stains probably won't remove fully out of this car, but you'll definitely see a huge improvement. But we do love watching this happen. This is always an enjoyable part of detailing. After extracting, we go ahead and dust, wipe down, and clean all the interior surfaces, the cup holders, the doors, the center console. You can see here he's dusting the center console and radio area. And now after all done, here's a tour of the interior. As you can see, the back seats still have some staining on them, but they are tremendously improved. All the dirt's been removed, they're clean, they're sanitized. Everything's been wiped down, thoroughly vacuumed. The seats are in much better shape than when they started with. The floor mat, of course, there is wear and tear. This is a 15-year-old car that was in pretty rough shape, but the steering wheel cleaned up real nice. The door panels all clean. All the cubbies areas are all thoroughly cleaned from the dirt and grime and spill marks that we had before. And we were pretty happy with the way this came out. I think the customer was ecstatic, especially since she was wanting to get it ready for sale. And you can just see, look at these before photos, and then you can look at the after photos and judge for yourself on how well this detail came out. Well, that wraps up this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, drop us a like. And if you'd like to keep seeing more videos from us, please click that subscribe button. It does support us, and we look forward to bringing you more videos in the future. We'll see you in the next one.